Have you lost your enthusiasm for life? Do projects that once excited you now make you bored, listless, you don't even want to really get on with them? Do you know people who are making more money than you and you're sure you're smarter than they are, but you just can't seem to get motivated to do anything about it? More than likely, you're stuck in the comfort zone. And that's what this video is all about. How we get stuck into the comfort zone, what we can do about it, and the benefits of actually stretching ourselves out of the comfort zone. G'day, my name's Willem and welcome to Becoming More. My mentor Jim Rohn said to me that if we want more, we must become more. And so on this channel, I share Mr. Rohn's philosophies and strategies that I've been able to apply to my own life and to my business. And as a result, I've been able to live life on my terms. And I truly wish the same for you. Mr. Rohn said, every life form seems to strive to its maximum except human beings. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it can. You've never ever heard of a tree only growing half as tall as it possibly can. Only human beings tend to limit themselves and never really achieve what they're truly capable of doing. And why is that? Because human beings have been given the dignity of choice. We can choose to live life to the max, or we can choose to live only half of it. It's our choice. But here's the question. Why not stretch up and become everything you're capable of being? In the end, you've got to go anyway. You're going to have to spend the time here on the planet. Why not become all that you're possibly capable of becoming? So in this video, I want to discuss why we get stuck in the comfort zone, the 6 steps that we can take to actually get out of it, and the benefits of actually stepping out of our comfort zone. Rubber bands are really only useful when they're stretched. If you don't stretch them, they're not much use to anyone. And it's very similar to human beings. We are all at our best when we are stretched. Not overstretched, but just stretched to the right amount. And in this video, I want to discuss how you can actually do that and how you can become the very best version of yourself. So what is the comfort zone and why do we stay there? The comfort zone is a psychological state where we feel safe and secure. Everything's familiar. We don't take on any new challenges, because if we take on new challenges, we now start feeling anxious. We're getting into the unknown. And a lot of people find that terribly, terribly uncomfortable. But staying in our comfort zone is actually a false security. As David Goggins, author of Can't Hurt Me, says, life can be hard for one of 2 reasons. Either because you're leaving your comfort zone or because you're stuck in it. Take your pick. With David's comment in mind, why do we still choose to stay in our comfort zone? Well, number 1, it's fear. People hate fear and uncertainty. And that is the primary reason why we stay where we do. The second one is the pull of the comfortable. We all know what it's like to try and have to get out of a warm bed on a cold winter's morning. We want to stay comfortable, and that's quite a natural human feeling. But if we only ever think about being comfortable, we can never move forward. The Navy SEALs have a motto, and that motto is get comfortable being uncomfortable. The third reason is we have a fixed mindset. We don't have a flexible mindset that says, okay, I can cope with this. A fixed mindset says, I can't. And it's the major reason why people never really move forward. It's the negative self-talk. They just believe they're not capable of doing what they really want to do. And the fourth and final reason is our habits. Over 40% of what we do every day is due to our habits. And most people live lives of habits from morning till evening, and they never ever expand or see what's beyond the possibility of those daily habits. Mr. Rohn said, the guy says, I just want safety and security. Fine. We will put you in the corner, we'll give you 3 meals a day, we'll cover you with a blanket, make sure nothing happens to you, and you'll probably live to be 100. And the guy says, yeah, I might live to be 100, but what a way to live. Right, what a way to live. Safe and secure in the corner. You don't want to live safe and secure in the corner for 100 years. You want to live a life of adventure. Better a life of adventure for 30 years than safe and secure in the corner for 100. In 1908, Robert Yerkes and John Dodson did a fascinating experiment. They took some Japanese dancing mice and put them in a white box. And right next to the white box was a black box. And the mice could move from either the white to the black or back and forth. However, in the white box, they would be subjected to a mild electric shock. Now, what they found was that if the shock was too low, the mice wouldn't react, they wouldn't do anything. If the charge was too high, the mice actually remained in the white box but cowered in the corners, afraid to actually move across the white box into the black box. But if they were subjected to a moderate amount of charge, that prompted them to take action and they would move from the white box to the black box. And it's very much the same with human beings. We need the right amount of stress to push us out of our comfort zone and take action. If we get too much stress, we get frozen with fear. We just cower in the corner, we don't want to act. And you can see the way this is displayed on this graph. You can see here, too little stress means you don't do anything. Too much makes you incapable of acting. You need the right amount of stress to take action. So what's the right amount of stress that people can take? Well, that really depends on your personal nature and your personal profile. Some people can take more stress than others. But the key is to find the sweet spot where you react and where you take maximum action. But you are not pushing yourself so much that you burn out, you get exhausted, and you can probably even die or certainly get psychologically ill. So what Yerkes and Dodson's experiment really says is that it is extremely difficult to jump out of your comfort zone. It's better to gradually expand it and take on slightly bigger and bigger challenges so your comfort zone actually gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So how do you expand that comfort zone? Well, here are 6 ideas that you may want to take on. Number 1, do something you've always wanted to do. Is there a country you've always wanted to visit? Take action today. Book a plane ticket. Have you always wanted to play a musical instrument? Take action today. Take a class, take a lesson, see if you like it or not. But the key is to do something new that you've always wanted to do. The second way to expand your comfort zone is to take on a fitness challenge. Most people want to lose some weight or want to get fitter, and really a great way to step out or expand your comfort zone is to take a fitness challenge on. Something that will get you moving, get you fitter, get you healthier. The third thing is to learn a new skill. So I've already mentioned it, learning a musical instrument. You could also learn how to do a YouTube channel. You could learn how to do an online business, a whole new skill. That is a great way to gradually expand your comfort zone. The fourth one is to travel. Now, travel is not only great, it's great fun, it's a great way of meeting new people, but it's also a great way to have a look at the way the rest of the world lives. It creates ideas, it creates opportunities. You never really look at life the same way as you do when you travel. The fifth way to expand your comfort zone is to change your daily routine. As I've already said, one of the main reasons we stay in our routines is our daily habits. If we can change the routines, change those habits, that's one great way to expand your comfort zone. Now, I've already done a video on creating a morning routine that will really change your life significantly. If you can get out of bed a little bit earlier and develop a morning routine, I promise you, I guarantee you that your comfort zone will never ever be the same. It really will take you to a different level. I will put the link to that video downstairs in the comments. The sixth and final way to expand your comfort zone is to face a fear that you've always been worried about and just do it. Susan Jeffers wrote a great book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. If you really want to know how to overcome some of your major fears, I can highly recommend that book to you. Now, you might say to me, well, that's all fine and good, Will, but hey, why can't I just stay here in my comfort zone? Why make all that effort? Why take all that trouble? Well, there's 4 key benefits to expanding your comfort zone. Let me just briefly go through those. Number 1, it increases your resilience. It increases your ability to overcome everyday hurdles, everyday challenges that we all face. If we stay in our comfort zone, it is harder and harder to overcome life's difficulties. By expanding our comfort zone, we learn to be resilient and our resilience increases. It's very much like a muscle. Resilience is a muscle that needs to be worked on. The second benefit is self-actualization. Now, you may have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and self-actualization is right at the top of the tree when it comes to human beings. Self-actualization is all about becoming who we are truly capable of becoming the very best version of ourselves. And don't we all want to do that? Number 3 is it increases self-confidence. When you expand your comfort zone, when you feel fear and do it anyway, and you overcome those hurdles, your confidence goes through the roof. You walk another foot higher. So there's the third benefit of expanding your comfort zone, and that's self-confidence. And the last one that I would share with you would be that you are now living a life without regret. Bronnie Ware, who is an Australian palliative nurse, wrote a great book called The 5 Regrets of the Dying. She cared for people in their final months, and she asked them if they had any regrets. The main regret that people have is that they wish they'd lived a life on their own terms rather than a life that someone else expected of them. And so by pushing your comfort zone, stretching your comfort zone, you tend to live a life without regrets. You live the life you've always wanted to live. Okay, so hopefully now I've convinced you to actually step outside your comfort zone, to have a look at what you're truly capable of doing. And you may say to me, okay, Will, how do I start? Well, number 1, you take some time aside and you reflect. What would it be like if I didn't limit myself? If I actually took action and actually did what I want to do, what would life be like? It is worth reflecting. Put it in a journal, write it on a piece of paper, but actually spend some time and imagine what it would be like if you actually weren't held back by your constricted comfort zone, if you actually was to go beyond that and think bigger than you're currently thinking. The second thing I would strongly encourage you to do is to write a list of goals, things you want to achieve, do, be, and have in the next 12 months, 3 years, and 5 years. The third step is to take action. Take any action. If you want to get fitter, buy a pair of new sneakers and walk up the street to the corner. If that's all you can do, that's all you can do. The next day, try a little bit further and then further after that. But take action. That is the key, really, to expanding your comfort zone, is to take action. Mr. Rohn used to say, take massive action on a good idea. And the word is massive. Don't take mediocre action, take massive action. Take some action towards your goal, where you want to go. The fourth way to start expanding your comfort zone is to find your Goldilocks or just right area. As I said before in the story of the experiment with the mice, don't understretch yourself, don't overstretch yourself. Find where you're comfortable, where you can take action, and start on that. The fifth key, I believe, to expanding your comfort zone is to have a positive mental attitude. Things are going to go wrong. Things won't go always the way you want them to go. The trick is to keep bouncing back and keep bouncing back. And a positive mental attitude will allow you to do that. You will forgive yourself. You'll be sympathetic to yourself. You won't give yourself a hard time. Okay, you've got to have that positive mental attitude of saying, okay, I didn't do that well today. Tomorrow I will bounce back, I will do better. And the sixth and final way to start getting out of your comfort zone, to start expanding it, is to get around like-minded people. Find people who want to achieve at the level you want to achieve. Mr. Rohn said, we become the average of the 5 people with whom we spend the most time. If you spend time around 5 millionaires, you will be the 6th. If you spend time around 5 people who gamble, lose all their money, you will end up doing the same. So important to look at the people that you have around you. So if you want to expand your comfort zone, get around like-minded people, people who will push you up, not push you down. So there you have my 6 recommendations for expanding your comfort zone. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions." And I have found that to be true. Now, if you found this video to be useful and you're keen to go out there and expand out of your comfort zone, could you like the video and even consider subscribing? I release a new video each week on one of Mr. Rohn's philosophies or strategies, and I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. As I mentioned, one of the keys to expanding your comfort zone is to have a list of goals. Now, if you don't have a list of goals at the moment, I would strongly encourage you to watch the video I did on the goals workshop. Now, that video is available up there, and at the end of that, you will have a list of goals that I promise will get you up in the morning, will get you up early, will get you excited about getting on with the day. So there you have my recommendations for expanding, getting out of your comfort zone. Now, go and take some action. Do one of the things that I've discussed in this video. Don't just watch this video, take action. Do something to start expanding your comfort zone today. I promise you will thank me later.